Hi guys, happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great start to your week. I wanted to jump on today and give you guys some of my top tips that I have for when I am prepping for a launch. So I'm going to be going through a few different things as far as like strategies, as far as like mindset, and just kind of wrapping it all together as I, get ready to launch something and kind of get ready to put something out there when I'm getting ready to put out an offer. So as you guys jump on live, make sure you say hello. I'm going to share this into my Facebook group. Hi Michelle. Hi Kashmir. Hello, hello, hello. We're going to be talking all about launching today. So let me share this into the group and we will get going. Perfect. So let me know. Hello. Hi, Melanie. Thank you. I just finished up a photo shoot myself. So I am actually going to talk about that. And I guess I'll make that my first thing that I'm going to talk about is with launching and with putting out an offer. One of the things that I do when I'm branding all of my programs is I actually create a brand for them. And branding goes a lot deeper than just figuring out a color pattern or something like that. I'm looking at how can I create what I'm putting out there as far as the offer, and how can I really bring that to life. So that way when people are looking at the program, when they're feeling into the program, they're not just feeling into the words, but they're feeling into the bigger vision and starting to embody what it is that I'm teaching in the programs. Hi, Mary. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. So I'm excited for all of you that are jumping on. So yeah, that's what I was doing. So what I actually did was I went to Laguna, hi Lindsay, and I rented out an Airbnb, and that's where I did my photo shoot. So it was an hour, I rented it out. I found the house on Airbnb and I thought it was a great idea to be able to rent it out. Sometimes I'll do rentals as far as like a hotel, and I'll just kind of bop around and do it that way. Hi Emily. And some things that I'll do also too is just go outside and find different areas. But this time I was looking for more of like a homey feel, and I found a beautiful home on Airbnb. I sent a message to the woman and I was like, hey, can I rent out your house for an hour to take some photos? And beautiful, beautiful home. I'm excited to share them with you guys. But what it did, it does a few different things. So like internally for me to like be in a place where that feels really good and to do a photo shoot, it brings my vision to life even more, and it allows me to really step into that woman that I'm becoming, and really owning the power. You get to be in the experience of, like the high vibe places and just kind of like manifesting in that area. So it's not only like part of like the actual program strategy, but it's also just for me to step into that. And so the first big tip that I have for you guys when you're getting ready to launch is get into the vibes of the program that you're launching. If you're teaching something around money mindset, if you're teaching something around health, if you're teaching something around business or mindset or whatever it is, go back through the methods of your teaching and really start to embrace them into your life even more so. So when I'm getting ready for a program, especially if it's a program that I've launched before, that I've done before, what I'll go do is I'll go back and rewatch the modules, because I end up channeling a lot of what I'm going to say inside of those programs. Like I have things planned, but there's also amazing things that just kind of come from my heart and flow out into those programs. So I go back through and I listen to the information. I listen to the teachings. I listen to, the things that people said inside of that program. And I'm like, okay, how can I embody this even more so in my life? So if I'm doing, burnout to sellout or burn and release, going and looking back inwards, so then that way that program can go outwards into the people even more so. And when you're figuring out, when you're launching, we all have a goal for when we're launching, right? Like there's so many people that you want to be able to bring into your program. I look at it as like, how many lives do I want to be able to touch with this? How many people do I want to impact? Because I know the bigger reason of the why of, why I want this program to go. Hi Brittany, I was just talking about you with Nicole. And so I'm always thinking, hi Abby, yay, everybody's jumping on. So yeah, not only do I really get into like the embodiment of the teachings and I really start to get myself on that next level, but I'm knowing the vision of where that person wants to go because it's a past version of me. And so it's so good for me to like journal, to get back into that mindset of where have I been and where am I going and where is my ideal client at right now and where is she going with that too. So I look at it more so as like how many people's like energy, how many lives do I want to be able to impact, and what's the bigger vision, what's the bigger purpose, and where do I want to be able to create this flow of people to be able to go and impact their lives and their business. And so what I've noticed a lot of times is when people go into a launch, they have a goal, of course, but you might have a financial goal, you might have an impact goal. You can have all of the different goals. None are good nor bad or anything. Like, it's good to have multiple different types of goals when going into a launch. But if you want a certain number, like financially, to come into, like, what are you going to be doing with that money? Are you going to invest in yourself? Are you going to be able to help somebody out? Are you going to be able to do something for your family? I mean, what does that look like for you? Because money is a currency, it's an energy, it wants to be able to flow to you, but you also have to be open to receive it, but it also needs where you're going to want to be able to put it and what's going to happen with it. Same thing with the clients. And if you're newer into this, maybe you don't have the number of clients that you want to be able to have yet, or you don't necessarily have maybe any clients if you're just getting started, start putting space for those people in your calendar. Start putting the space for your program in your calendar. Block it off and get into the energy of what it's going to feel like as that comes in. So I'll sit and I'll do a whole visualization. I'm actually going to do a podcast on this tomorrow where I walk you guys through some of like the mantras that I say to myself before I'm launching, and I get myself into that energy, and I sit there and I visualize the excitement. I imagine people on my live videos, people signing up, people saying yes, like the PayPal dings, whatever it is, and I start to feel their energy. And from the moment that people are signing up, like, I'm taking like their pictures and I'm putting them into like a little wheel essentially, and I'm starting to feel into the energy, because I did launching for so long where it was super stressful, where I felt like it had to be a certain way, but in like reality, it's just us sharing our gifts, not being afraid to put out your offer more than once, talking about it, embodying it, embracing the excitement that you have for it, and being unapologetic about selling it and putting it out there over and over, because you know that you have a gift, you have a message, and if you hide it and if you don't let your light shine, then people can't bring that. Like, it's we're here and you're here. This is like you're calling your purpose to help the masses. And so when you own that, and when you see the bigger vision of where it's gonna go, how you're gonna be able to change their life, how this is gonna impact your life, like, you feel that fire and you feel that spark, and like the energy wants to be sent to you from those clients because you have the place for them to go. Financially what you want to be able to do with that, how you want to be able to spread your message and do those things. So embody your teachings and start to bust through some of those like different beliefs. Like, at every single level when we're launching, there's some sort of fear that pops up, right? Like, and as you get into the habit of launching more and more and more, those fears don't necessarily sit as long. So something that I'm big into teaching is, let it sink in, let it feel the fear that you have, and give it the power that it needs to have. Because if you're that powerful of a person to be able to create that fear, you can sure as hell create like the second, side of that, which is what it is that you actually desire. And then give it the power, shift it, and then be able to, figure out what you do want to be able to create and what is that new belief, and start to get into the vibes of that. Rather than trying to, create something from a place of lack to the desire, start tapping into that desire, start moving your focus into there so you can feel that excitement, you can feel that energy, because the fears come up at every single level. Like, there's not something that you're going to have to, once you work through something, you're never going to feel it again. It just comes up at a different level in a different way, and you learn how to shift it faster. But when you have that ultimate like surrender and that trust to whatever is meant to happen for you is going to happen for you, and you're going to take that inspired action, and you're going to do the things that you need to do every single day, like, it creates a space for it. You know in your heart that you have a bigger vision, that you're worthy of being compensated for all the amazing things that you're doing, and that other people need this to be able to get to that next point into their life. So I take myself through my programs. I go back through and I watch it. I do a lot of visualization. I do a lot of embodying it. The second thing, like I was just talking about with you guys, is branding is huge. It really just takes it to that next level. It's fun for you, and it's also fun for your clients to be able to feel into that. I did like a whole behind the scenes of my photo shoot today. Because it's fun and it gets people excited, it gets people asking questions, and it's just a different way to take your stuff to the next level when it has that name and it has that feel, because people want to be able to take that in too. They are saying, I'm inside of this program, I'm inside of this program. It has that whole different feel to it. So you create the space for people to also get excited about their vision and their mission within you doing that for your branding. And the last thing that I do, my big launching tip for you guys, is create a launch plan. I have a whole launch plan that I go through. I teach it inside of my programs, and then what I do is I move it over to Asana. I have an awesome integrator who has helped me set up everything on Asana, but I have a very specific way that I'm doing things. I'm planning out my live videos. I'm planning out the type of posts that I want to be able to talk about, or the stories that I want to be able to share. I'm figuring out, if there's any podcasts that I'm going to do that are surrounding it. I have like a whole, vision for it, rather than just being like, I hope this works. Like, there is some strategy. There's going to be some emails. There's going to be both of it, because you do need both when you're launching. You have to have the trust and the surrender and the belief that what it is that you're doing when you're taking inspired action is going to take you to that next place, but you're also doing the work. You're also sending out the emails, posting on social media, getting on stories, doing all of those things. And when they match up together, you have this amazing process. I used to do the other way, where I would put so much into the strategy. I would put so much into, having all of that figured out, but I didn't have the trust and the belief that people would actually come and sign up. So I had a different outcome. And so now I believe that there's the way that you have to do it to be able to create both, essentially, is when you have the belief and the trust that what it is going to help people. You're working through any of the beliefs that are popping up around, who am I to deserve this, or is this really going to help people? All the things that, we feel when launching, the scarcity or whatever it is. But I have the inspired action, the way that I'm going to be able to get visible in my audience, how specifically I'm speaking to them. So it's really good to know, what is your client struggling with? Where is it that they want to be able to go? So you can paint that picture of that destination and start to get them feeling into like what's going to be different about their life. So that's a really good tip and strategy to kind of bring into like your sales copy and things like that. But in reality, like, your job is to be a match for the people to come in. So you do the work, you put out the offer, you do the emails, you do the live videos, you get out in front of your in front of your audience, and you have the trust and the belief and the surrender that because you're doing those things, you're going to be getting in, exactly what you're a match for at that time. And so shifting those beliefs is really, really good. Having like the clear vision of what it is that you want to be able to do. Like I said, I like to put everything of mine into Asana, so it's laid out and I know what I need to be doing to keep it on track. But I also I just kind of put my faith in, the universe, God, spirit, source, whatever it is that you believe in, to know that you're worthy of this. And if there's something that's maybe happening in your launch and you're not getting the amount of people, or there's, whatever is being blocked, then it's good to kind of look inward and figure out, okay, what's coming up for me? Am I open to receive around this right now? Do I have a lot of things that are holding me back about, my finances? What's, getting in the way? So then you can understand that, start to connect it. Hi, Melanie. And then you're able to figure out, okay, this is where I need to go. Because I realized I cock-blocked myself so much when I used to launch, because I just was so fearful of is this actually going to help people, or is anybody going to sign up? And I had created objections in my launches before they even existed. It was this whole wild process. And I also had no ability to be open to receive. I was so blocked off in my receiving portal, because I either felt the need to justify, or do things, or just couldn't even receive a compliment, and it was just so heavy for me to be able to do that. And so bringing in more of that sensuality, bringing in more of that fun and that celebration and that play energy to my launches, and bringing people along that experience, they feel excited about it, I feel excited about it, I know I'm in my mission, I know I'm in my vision, and that's how I'm able to, bring all those things together and move it forward. But I couldn't just sit here and tell you, not to just hope and pray that people are going to come. There's also, different ways that you can implement, emails and live videos, and using your Facebook group and speaking to your clients in a specific way, branding, all of those different things that really tie it together. So yes, cock blocking yourself. I know that's your favorite thing. Abby says, I love your mind. This is a great reminder from Burnout to Breakthrough. I need to rewatch those. Yes, yes, yes. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm excited because I just finished up an amazing photo shoot this morning. Say hello to my dogs in the background. They are here everywhere. And it was so fun, so amazing. So I'll be dropping some of those this week for you guys to see as soon as I get them back. But if you have any questions about branding or about launching that you would like me to do a future live on, feel free to drop them in the comments below. But otherwise, I will see you guys very, very soon. Look forward to the podcast episode that's coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be taking you through a whole launch visualization, selling visualization, whatever it is that you're putting out there. So look forward to that, and I'll share it on my personal page too. But otherwise, thank you guys for jumping on, and we'll see you next time. Love you, Abs. Bye.